The rising tension between India and China along the line of control is now the biggest face-off between the two sides since the Doklam crisis in 2017. Media agency PTI reports that India has significantly increased its troop presence in the region. However, the Chinese side has majorly ramped up its presence in the Galwan Valley, erecting around 100 tents in the last 2 weeks and bringing in heavy equipment for construction of bunkers. According to PTI, former Northern Army commander D.S. Huda, the man who oversaw the surgical strikes in 2016, has described the current situation as serious and not a normal transgression. He particularly emphasized that Chinese transgression into areas like Galwan was worrying, as there was no dispute between the two sides in that area. The Chinese media has continued with its shrill rhetoric on the issue. A Global Times report, in fact, goes on to blame the Indian side for the escalating tensions along the LAC. The report said, and I quote, India in recent days has illegally constructed defense facilities across the border into Chinese territory in the Galwan Valley region, leaving Chinese border defense troops no other options but making necessary moves in response and mounting the risk of escalating standoffs and conflicts between the two sides. Unlike previous standoffs, the latest border friction was not caused by accident but was a planned move of New Delhi. That's what he says. The gravity of the situation is such that the Indian Army General Naravane will be meeting with his top commanders from tomorrow. Army sources say the top brass of the force is likely to discuss security issues along with other points. There have been multiple reports of China's People's Liberation Army making cross-border transgressions into Indian territory, in eastern Ladakh especially. China has also been trying to halt India's patrolling patterns and has alleged that India tried to breach the border illegally in the standoff that ensued. Over 100 Indian and Chinese soldiers were injured in the violence. The Indian Army uses the term finger for numbering mountains surrounding the Pangong Tso Lake. China has objected to BSF troops patrolling the surrounding areas and has in fact denied India access to Finger Route 4 as well. Experts and observers of international politics claim that China's actions are one of the most serious aggressions against India and its ethos. The current standoff at Galwan Valley comes after Indian and Chinese troops fought over a road that branches out from Leh-Karakoram axis. In fact, just a short while back, we got reports that Chinese President Xi Jinping has told the People's Liberation Army to be ready for armed combat in times of pandemic. Xi Jinping said that the coronavirus pandemic has seriously threatened China's national security. Joining us on this broadcast is my colleague Siddhant Sibal, WION's principal diplomatic correspondent. Siddhant, we're also learning that after Chinese aggression along the line of control, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also held a meeting with the Chief of Defence Staff, the NSA and the 3 service chiefs as well. What details can you get us?
Well, yes, Shobit, there was a meeting. In fact, that meeting is still continuing of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the CDS, the 3 service chiefs and the NSA. And of course, the focus remains China. Remember, China right now, the ongoing face-off is pretty delicate, and both sides, what they are doing, are not reacting. They are not commenting on it. The only time we saw reaction coming by both the sides was first time when Global Times, which is the mouthpiece of the Chinese government, talked about how situation is there in the Galwan Valley. Then, of course, the official reaction by the MEA, Ministry of External Affairs, who said that the Chinese tried to stop the Indian patrolling. Since then, there hasn't been any word officially or unofficially as well. There have been meetings. Today, there was a meeting of the Defense Minister himself with the CDS and the 3 service chiefs. There is no official confirmation that whether China was this or not. But one thing I can tell you, if they are meeting and this is the situation on the borders, this is likely to be discussed by the Defense Minister and the 3 service chiefs about the situation, what is happening on the ground at the LAC. We know that what the Indian side is building infrastructure. This is something that the Chinese side is not very happy. And the fact that this is coming at a time when the world is facing the COVID crisis is also something that is on the mind of everyone, given the fact that China is right now dealing with a lot of internal pressure regarding the handling of the COVID crisis, and they would like to have a distraction. They're already facing criticism on Hong Kong, on Taiwan, and on South China Sea, and now they, in an attempt to divert the issue, might start something which will be dangerous for the Indian subcontinent. So clearly there are meetings happening here in Delhi, whether it's PMO, whether it's the defense minister. No outcome has been given. There is no point guessing also. We have to wait for the official description or the official release by the Indian government, because this is a situation where it's better to wait on what is the outcome. And of course, since it's happening at a location where there is only the armies present, there is no point second guessing as well.
Absolutely right, Siddhant Sibal. Thank you so much for joining us with all the latest on the updates at the line of actual control and the meetings taking place in New Delhi at the moment.